Welcome back to the county seat. We're having a conversation today about convention centers, as more of them are popping up across the state. We're trying to analyze some of the impacts they have on the community, and we've gotten off to a good start, but I think there are other areas, other things that happen in a community that benefit everybody. While they're not directly related to the convention center, they really do change the quality of life, and Utah County would be one of them. You've had two events in this last year that have really changed your profile for bringing people in from out of town. And perhaps you want to talk about.
Well, the first was last June, just about a year ago, when we got commercial flights into our airport with Frontier Airlines, who started daily service between Denver and Provo. And that flight has been very successful. I know in the winter months they said it dipped a little bit, but they're watching it very closely because they've got conversations going with other airlines to possibly try to get a West Coast and other flights. But that's been wonderful to see. And then the building of this convention center that opened on Saturday.
I'm sure that the availability of the convention center to a certain degree played a role in Frontier thinking that they were going to be able to generate some of that business?
Well, there's a lot of exciting things, and it's not just the convention center. I mean, we've got the new Skin Innovation Center that's going on in downtown Provo, so there's a lot of private industry, and it's all kind of feeding on each other. The county was willing to make this type of an investment, which excited the airline to have them do something, which got New Skin to do something. You know, the LDS Church recently broke ground on the new City Center Temple in downtown Provo, so there's just kind of this snowball effect of exciting things happening, and a lot of that is from the county making the decision to really invest in Provo, and now you're seeing others willing to invest too, and that's really why I think these facilities are built. It's not just for the facility, but it's to kind of stimulate growth in the private sector as well as all other sectors.
Well, we've seen that, you know, firsthand in Salt Lake, where it's often difficult to get a business executive from their home in Portland, Oregon, to come down and visit your city as a potential site for their new office. Because that's a big risk. But when they come to a convention, like Outdoor Retailer in our convention center, and they come for 3 years, 4 years, they get acclimated, they think this is a really cool city. That convention center has become a catalyst for the relocation of several outdoor companies to Utah that would have never been here had they not been exposed to this area in a very low-risk environment.
Not on a sales trip.
Not on a sales trip, you know. The guy from Fidelity Investments, who was a skier, who came out, and Fidelity Investments is in Salt Lake because the CEO was a skier and he wanted to be here, and he got introduced to our area. And so they really are catalysts for things that take that destination or that area and help it kind of grow and develop. And you know, we see it on a daily basis because of the size of what we do, but I think it translates into every one of our communities. Those people they bring in and the way they change our community and enhance our community is pretty powerful.
What are some of the other things that some of those revenues that are generated from? Because we alluded to it before. You mentioned in Salt Lake, you know, the RV show, the boat show, the gun show, which are regulars, the home improvement shows that come out to the Southtown, Salt Lake's second venue. But you know, what sort of things does the community benefit from the Dixie Center?
You know, I think in our area it's pretty event driven. You know, and we have a lot of facilities other than the convention center. For example, our Canyon softball complex that is an award-winning softball complex, and there are 38 softball tournaments held there every year. So 38 weekends a year, there's a major softball tournament going on. And a lot of times those people, same as conventions, they'll come to town, they'll spend a few days, they'll go to Zion National Park, maybe Snow Canyon State Park. They'll decide what a great place, how beautiful, serene, you know, they end up moving, they move their division there or whatever. So there are more than, you know, convention centers, soccer fields, ball fields,
Ironman competitions.
Events are, you know, probably if truth be known, probably one of our biggest housing booms comes from the Huntsman World Senior Games. People that come down there, they're 55 or older, they've just retired, they're very active, they're very outdoors. They come to town, they spend a week, maybe 2 weeks participating in the games, getting out in the community, go home, put their house up for sale, and next year they're competing for a Utah team rather than a California team or a North Dakota team.
Perfect. Well, those are all very good examples of some of the things that come before. We're going to wrap this up in just a couple of minutes. We've got to take a commercial break. We'll be back with the county seat. Stay with us.
At the Prehistoric Museum, USU Eastern, there's no time like the past. Interpretive exhibits tell a tale of long ago. Observation labs allow visitors to witness the processes of preparation and curation and speak one-on-one with the preparators. Dinosaurs, Ice Age, and archaeology allow you to experience life 500 million years in the making. What happens in Utah's Castle Country stays with you.
The State of Utah School and Institutional Trust Lands Administration. SITLA manages 3.5 million acres of Utah lands with the express purpose of furthering the education of Utah's students while promoting local industry, oil and gas, even residential development, all at the same time. Through the careful use of trust lands, we distributed more than $22 million to Utah schools last year. The State of Utah School and Institutional Trust Lands Administration, building the state's permanent school fund.
There aren't a lot of places in this world where you can feel truly free and wild, where the horizon invites you to set off on adventure. In Tooele County, you'll find just that. Explore the Benson Grist Mill and step back in time. Find yourself on a trek through our canyons. Join us for our Wild Horse and Heritage Days, June 7th through the 9th, and take home a piece of the West. Tooele County. Experience endless horizons.
Unlimited opportunity for adventure. It's all about knowing where to look. Pick your adventure in Millard County.